Everybody, what's going on? So today in this video we're going to look over some of the mixed colors that I have here at Doc's Lure Company. So we have a bunch of colors, and basically what I mean by mixed colors is like, here's one right here actually. It's got a red head. This is a Doc's Lure Company bullfrog, and it has white feet, or like this swim bait, a red belly and a white back and a white tail. So we're going to go over some of those colors. I actually have some that are triple colored. They're tricolored. That's what the word I was looking for. They're tricolored baits, and they look really good. So we're going to go ahead and start with the ones I just showed you, actually. So this is a color that my dad, he wanted me to make when I first started making baits in different colors and stuff. I made a couple baits for him in this red belly. You guys can see there's a red belly with a white back and a white tail. And he swears up and down that red baits with white on them, basic white baits with red on them, catch fish. Now I personally have only caught a couple fish on red and white baits, and I caught them on some small red and white worms. But he swears by this color. He loves the colors. I've made probably maybe 4 packages of different baits from 2-inch to the 4-inch, and I've even made some frogs in that color for him. He just swears by the colors. So I figured, why not go ahead and sell them. He's actually caught bluegill, bass, and crappie all in the same day on the same setup with a 15-pound braid, a little swivel, and a tiny jig head. I don't actually have any jig heads like what he was using, but he was using a very small jig head with this size right here, this exact same color. Don't tell him, but I actually took this out of his tackle box to make this video. But red belly with a white back and a white tail, and he swears by them. I've seen him catch a lot of fish. I've seen him catch crappie, bass, and bluegill on all 3 back-to-back casts. I don't know how he done it, but he did. He caught all 3 fish that are in that pond on the bait, which I thought was pretty cool. So evidently they work. Then we also have a frog. Figured I'd bring a couple baits out to show you guys what they look like in the colors. And then we have the 4-inch swim bait, and I actually rigged this one up, and I'm going to try it next time I go fishing, which is hopefully tomorrow evening. So that there looks really good. 4-incher. I actually just got done making him a pack and a half of these today, actually. So there you go. But also, we have a baby bass color, and this can come with or without the flake. This one here has silver flake in it. This one here has green pumpkin back with a green pumpkin tail in white, or with silver flake with a white belly right here. You guys can see there the white belly. Looks like a little bass in the water, and it catches fish. My mom was using a green pumpkin swim bait just the other day. It had a little white belly on it, and she caught her first bass of the year. It was the one-eyed bass that I featured in some of my videos before. She actually was able to catch that. She was actually bluegill fishing with the little tiny, I have one right here, this size swim bait in this color, and she actually caught her first bass of the year, which was really awesome. But yeah, this one here has the silver flake in it. You can get it with red, silver, or blue flake, or you can just get it without flake. They look good either way. Then we have this color here. This color here doesn't really have a name like the other 2 do. The red and white I call Daredevil. This one here, Baby Bass. This one here doesn't really have a name. It's just kind of a bait that I made, and it looked pretty decent, so I figured why not make it into a bait that I can sell as well. It's got a red belly, as you guys can see there, and it has a green pumpkin with silver flake back. Now, like I said, with the other bait, you can get whatever colors are of flake that you want. Now, I'm just going to forewarn you with this one. If you do, the best thing for you guys to do if you want white or this type of red bait, don't ask for glitter, because sometimes the glitter doesn't show up very well in like base baits like the white or the gray, the minnow gray. They just don't really show up very well. Like the green pumpkin or the black or the pink, those type of colors there, the glitter shows up a lot better, but the white is more of a basic color, and the glitter doesn't really show up, it doesn't really shine. So that's just kind of a real quick thing to tell you. But the green pumpkin looks awesome with the silver flake, and it's got that little bit of a red belly. I kind of think it would look like a wounded bluegill. So I think it looks pretty decent. Then we have this color here. This is black and blue. Now these are the only two baits that I have made right now in this color. One is the 4-inch Ultra Finesse Worm. It's got a black base with a little blue tail. And then I have the Monster, the giant 6.5, or actually it's just plain 6-inch swim bait. It's got the blue belly here, the blue nose and the blue belly with the black rest of the way through. Looks really good. I actually didn't put any flake in the black, but I put a little bit of silver flake in the blue to give it a little bit of flash. I think this color here could possibly do really good in the nighttime fishing. Personally, I don't really do much night fishing. If I do, it's just here at my pond waiting on baits to dry when it's a little bit later in the evening. I don't usually use black or blue baits. I usually use like natural, like green pumpkin or root beer colors, but that is just my personal baits that I always have rigged. I think this black bait could have definitely caught some fish. So the next color is my tri-colored bait. Now this is the last bait here in the lineup that I'm going to show you. This bait is a tri-colored bait. Now I actually made two of these baits, and on one of them I messed up, so I just cut it back up and remelted it down. But this one here looked pretty decent. I personally thought it was kind of a stupid idea to do, but I thought, you know what, why not? I had time to kill, so I ended up making it anyway. I made it and showed it to my mom and dad. They thought it looked really cool, so I figured why not go ahead and show you guys, see what you guys get to thought of it, because I've heard thousands of people say that trout-colored swim baits catch a lot of fish, so I thought why not go ahead and make a trout color. So I looked at a bunch of different pictures on Google of trout and looked them over and looked at what they look like, and I just kind of made it as best as I could, and it turned out pretty decent. It's got a green pumpkin base on the back, and it's got a green pumpkin tail all the way down. And then it's got right here through the middle, it's got a pink line, and then it's got a white belly. If you ever looked at a trout, that's what it looks like. It has green on the back, pink in the middle, with white on the belly. So I think it looks really good. I think that if you get on a place where they have trout, especially places that stock trout, a lot of the times if you ever go to a lake and they're stocking trout, you can throw a little tiny swim bait like this. This is a 4-inch. Some people throw baits this size. I mean, I've seen people, you guys have ever looked up the Dead Twitch Trout by Matt Lures, I think is what it's called. It's basically a hard bait, but it is literally a pound. It weighs 1 pound. And it's a 16-ounce bait, and it looks like a trout. And people catch fish all the time on those. And I've seen a lot of people catch fish on trout-colored baits, and I thought, why not make my own little version of it? And what I like about this is I've done it with the 2-inch as well. I don't have any with me, but I've done it with the 2-inch, and it looks like a small little fish. I mean, it looks like a small little trout. And the little 4-inch, I think, is a perfect size for imitating a small, like fingerling-sized trout, and it looks really good. Now, like I said, the green pumpkin and the pink, you can add whatever flake you want in them. The white, obviously, like I said, and I'm getting texts. The white, like I said, doesn't really work well with the glitter, but they are all awesome baits in their own special areas and special times. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you slam on that like button, and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if you would like any of these baits. If you do, let me know your order, and I will give you the email that you can PayPal the money to. So thank you guys for watching once again. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.